one of the games that absolutely proved that you could get near CD quality sound, both out of a Jag and on the cartridge. Hey, I'm the Game Collector, and this is Second Opinion Games, and today we do our review of Tempest 2000 for the Atari Jaguar.
Second Opinion Games.
Tempest 2000 was in fact the killer app of the Atari Jaguar. Most people that I know of at the time that played the Jag, when they talk to me about it, Tempest 2000 is one of the first games they bring up. And it's mostly because of the sound. It sounded so good. It was as if it was off of a CD. A matter of fact, it sounded so good that Atari released a soundtrack on CD. And believe it or not, I ran out and bought it immediately and absolutely loved it because it sounds terrific in every way. And playing off the card, it sounds just as good. It doesn't have all the tracks, but it is unbelievably well done. So when you get into the main game, you'll kind of notice that there's 4 games in one. Traditional, Tempest Plus, Tempest 2000, and Tempest Duel. Tempest Duel is pretty much just a 2-player affair. However, you can compete against a computer if you really want to. But we'll push that one off to the side for now. Traditional is the straight-up arcade masterpiece, which the first time I've seen it was in a movie called Night of the Comet. I was enthralled by the gameplay in the movie, and I absolutely loved it. I checked every arcade at the time, and still, when I search around for an arcade, I'm still looking for a cabinet. I have yet to see one. Luckily, I have the version here at home. Now, the arcade had a paddle controller, and they did make, people did make, I should say, modified controllers with the spinner on it. And they sell for about $50 to $60 on eBay today. And with a code, you could actually use it for Tempest 2000 here. I think that Atari was actually planning one, but the system was kind of showing some signs of decline, so I think they veered away from sinking any more money into this pit. However, traditional gameplay is absolutely awesome. I like the waviness of the stars, and the vector graphics still hold up great to this day. Moving on to my favorite mode is Tempest Plus. This is a 1-2 player affair, or if you don't have someone to play with you, you can set up the AI bot to just play alongside you. And it is absolutely awesome. The vector graphics stay true, the music is still great, and this is an extremely fun way to play. It's just Tempests, only slightly better. And honestly, it's amazing. I could play this all day. And you know what? This style game is for the people that are playing for the high score. Yes, there's cheats out there that can change the levels, but honestly, don't cheat yourself. Take it one stage at a time, get the high score, and that's what you're looking for. There's no bosses, and as far as I know, the gameplay goes on for near ever. Well, at least that's what it feels like. I remember when I was a kid getting up to the 60s level, but today, I can't get anywhere near that. I must have been in the zone or something. However, it's a fun game, and nice to go after those high scores. Then we go to Tempest 2000. This time, the vectors are shaded in, and it really doesn't change that much of the gameplay. It does add a jump power-up, which sort of changes your strategy in a way that you just keep jumping and spinning around and you'll most likely clear the level. So, really throw strategy out the window. However, they do shove down a ton of particle effects in your face, which at first can be extremely distracting, but then later, you just sort of get in the zone and look right past them. This edition also has a cool bonus minigame where you're flying through space to go through rings. I don't know what's up with this era in flying through rings, thinking that that's really exciting, but it's really not. Matter of fact, this is sort of the tranquil part of the gameplay. Nice, calm music in the background of space. and it sets the mood for when you go back into the game with the fast-paced techno beats that really gets your heart running. And I think that's what the Contrast had in mind too, to give you that feeling of exhilaration when you get back into the game. Tempest Duel, I mentioned it before, just briefly, but it is really fun, and it has a lot of strategy to it, and can be very hard to play. Why is it hard to play? Because it's kind of difficult to see what's going on. I gotta mention also, on all these previous games, the camera is really nice. In fact, it only moves slightly as you shift between different vector points. And it just gives you a slightly better advantage. It didn't have to go all crazy with moving the camera all over the place, and leaving the camera stagnant when it made it hard to see on certain levels. So they did this extremely right. Matter of fact, this whole game is extremely good. The PlayStation and Sega Saturn also sort of got a semi-port of this game. However, it plays so much better on the Jaguar, it's not even funny. Honestly, guys, this is the definitive version of Tempest 2000. If going for the high score is what you need, then this is probably the best game on the Jaguar. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you like this review, please subscribe. I do a lot here on this channel, between top 10s, in the future some top 5s, and some unboxings. And I have a really good game that I'm going to break the factory seal on very soon. I can't wait to show you guys. So, until then, thanks again.